change our lives from the place where we are in our negativity? Can we change our lives from the place where we are with our negative attitudes? Or thoughts, or feelings? No, we won't. So we need to get a new attitude in order to create that change. Remember, we're talking about create. Now, everybody has their own idea about how to do this. And I'm not talking to you from the place of intellect. I'm not coming at you from academics. I'm not talking about just having read a book about this. I'm talking about having lived it. You're looking at somebody who probably would have been considered least likely to succeed. Yeah. I'm the child, I'm the product of two teenagers who were experimenting, right? So, I grew up knowing that my father never wanted to be in my life. So I was abandoned even before I was born by my father. Now my mother, she had a very difficult time with the pregnancy because she was so ashamed. I think she was ashamed because it's a culture of, a culture of shame, and also because she was a teenager and she didn't have any support from the boy who got her pregnant. So she had a very difficult time. So she hid the pregnancy. And eventually, my grandma found out that she was pregnant. And my grandma asked her, and she told my grandma yes, she was pregnant. And my grandma told her, my grandma said, this child is going to be a special child. I will help you. So my grandma pronounced a blessing on my life before I even came into the world. So that was important for my life. So my earliest years, it was my grandma who nurtured me. My earliest years, my grandma took care of me. My grandma loved me. My grandma gave a lot of attention to me. And she told me that I was a special child. But I think, despite the love my grandma gave me, there's a part of me that didn't feel right. I wondered, where was my dad? Why wasn't he involved in my life? So I grew up very sad. And when I was 8 years old, my mom met a man who became my stepfather. And he pretended to be a father to me. And then he sexually abused me. And I never told my mom. Ever. Ever. I never told my mom. So I kept a secret from the time I was 8 years old until I was 25. I never told anybody. And I only tried to get help for this secret when I was 25 years old. Why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because with all of the trauma and the heartache, the sorrow, the abuse that I suffered as a child, I didn't know I would be able to live the life I dreamed of. I didn't know. I didn't know. I had a lot of pain. And people see me and they think I'm lucky. Because what they're seeing is where I am now. They don't know where I've been. They have no idea. So how did I get here? How did I get here? How do you think I got here? Yeah, it didn't start off with me changing my attitude. I actually did get some help. I had to get help. I had to get help in order to change my attitude because I couldn't do it on my own. I had no way of knowing what to do. And so I started seeing a counselor. That's what got me into wanting to become a social worker, is because my life had been helped by a counselor. And so in the process of seeing a social worker and getting that pain out, getting out the pain, getting out the sorrow, getting out the depression, I started to change my attitude. So that was the idea behind change.